Hello everyone, welcome back. We're on to, what are we on to now? Is it the third or the fourth? I gotta check. The fourth episode of the new season of House of the Dragon. Last episode, we were building up to, I believe, a battle in Harrenhal. I'm pretty sure that's today. That's what we're going to be watching now. I'm looking forward to it. I know Daemon's kind of alone right now with his dragon. Sir Criston and that side are making moves on the way there. They nearly got killed, actually. There was a little scare with the dragon. What's the girl's name? Baela, I think it is. Yeah, she kind of gave them a bit of a fright, but they're safe and they're on their way there. I'm feeling, dragon fisticuffs, perhaps. Very likely, I'd say. I think Aemon's going to get involved. I feel like it's kind of inevitable if Sir Criston doesn't have a dragon on his side, especially after that fright. They're going to be saying we need a dragon now because they got a dragon. That's my predictions. Yeah, that's basically all I got. What else happened? There was that weird thing where, what's her name? Rhaenyra went off to King's Landing. Everyone seems to be able to get to King's Landing really easily and sneak into the most, high security places very easily this season. So, you know how, in Game of Thrones, everyone was complaining about how, in the final seasons, the travel times never made any sense? This is, the equivalent to that, I'd say. There's no chance that people are getting away with this stuff, but whatever. It's fine. I'll allow it, regardless of how plausible it is. Yeah, so she spoke to Alicent. They came to the realization, both of them, that Alicent made a boo-boo. She did not understand what was going on, but I think she's sort of in denial. She doesn't really want to accept it. She's too far in it. Just keep going along with the plan. Maybe at some point in the future, she'll actually want to take a step back, perhaps, and realise maybe I should have done all this. I mean, she seems to be she's a religious woman, and she talks about how she sinned a lot, so I feel like this is going to weigh on her conscience quite a bit. Don't know how that's going to play out. But this sort of means that Rhaenyra, this whole time she's been trying not to fight, but what choice does she have at this point? I think that's sort of where we're at right now. I think Daemon should have probably sent a raven or some kind of message to Rhaenyra, telling him where he is, first of all. It'd be good to know that he's in Harrenhal. They seem to think he's gone AWOL. He has, but, communication is key, guys, come on. I will say, and this is very unfortunate, this is the way the internet works, I did see a teeny tiny spoiler for this episode, so I'm just going to be upfront with it. It was, those two blokes, the two brothers, and apparently they're, the bastard sons of Corlys. That's all I saw. It was like a one-frame picture, and I threw the phone away. I was like, oh, no! So, I now know that. Which is actually really sad, because Corlys and, Rhaenys, they have they're a solid couple. They're one of the very few solid couples. But again, it's not super surprising, especially because, he's a man at sea. Of course he's going to do that. This is the world we live in. But it also makes sense why they've been introduced as new characters, because I was kind of what's their deal? What have we got going on here? So that makes sense. Maybe I misread the spoiler and that wasn't actually what was being said. I think that's what it was, because it was like a millisecond, and then I kept trying to make myself forget about it. But when you're thinking about it and trying to tell yourself not to think about it, it's a whole thing. It's awful. Anyway, so yeah, that's all I know. Should we get into it? Yeah. One other thing, actually, I saw this. I don't think this is a spoiler, but it was that the woman that approached Daemon and said, "You're not going to come out of here alive." Her surname's Waters. Was it Alice Waters or something? Which I know means she's a bastard kid. That's all I know. Sir Simon Russellbeale. I didn't know he was a sir. Good for him. I did some looking up, actually, because I knew I recognised him from King Lear, but it turns out I also know him from other things, which I have now forgotten. Shit. He's been in a bunch of shit. No, he was in The Death of Stalin, that's another thing. I can't remember who he played in that. Oh, and I also saw him in The Lehman Brothers. Yeah, that was the other thing. He's really good in that. That was a play. That was on in the West End. I think it went to Broadway as well. So yeah, me and Sir Simon Russellbeale, we go way back. Will this be the first huge battle we've had? Probably. Well, it's sort of like in Game of Thrones. The first big battle that they showed there was Season 2, Episode 9, the Blackwater one. Is this Viserys? It can't be. It must be Daemon. I thought maybe it was going to be a throwback, because this looks like King's Landing. Oh, it is. Yeah, what's going on with this guy? He's having hallucinations and shit. Is there something in the air in Harrenhal that's making him like this? Who sat on the chair? Is it Rhaenyra? He's obsessed with the younger version of her, which is really concerning. I don't know what it means.
Speak plainly.
I thought he understood High Valyrian.
Stop.
Fuck off. What the hell's going on? So, he sees Rhaenyra as a threat, but he's also guilty for doing so.
There's been a raven.
A raven. Oh, why has he got blood on his hands? What's going on? What's all this Shakespeare stuff?
Worry, Your Grace. Sir Cristen's army, now tripled in strength, might have Harrenhal as its destination.
Well, yeah, I think it
Even
does.
if you can raise a host of rivermen, it will not be ready in time to face him.
Let's see what your Lord Paramount is made of.
The elderly man who can't move.
My prince, my grace.
Lord Grover is looking more hale and healthy than I expected.
Yeah, 50 years
This is
younger.
Oscar Tully, grandson to Grover Tully. He is heir to Riverrun and the future Lord Paramount of the Riverlands.
My time is short and I have need of an army. Perhaps you might place a feather pillow over his
And
head
kill
and
him.
speed along your inheritance.
It's not a nice thing to say, but I was thinking
I
it,
love
so
my grandsire.
that
like
was
a
something in my
father.
head.
Then you're of no use to me.
Oh.
Which of your countrymen claimed to fight in the name of Aegon? Was it Bracken or Blackwood?
It was House Bracken that declared green, Your Grace.
Summon the Blackwoods here. I require men of action to lead my host of rivermen.
How many Blackwoods are left after the Burning Hill? Oh, here we go. I swear I literally don't... I actively try to avoid House of the Dragon stuff online, just for this very reason. So does she know who these people are already?
Princess.
And you are Alan.
Alan and Adam, that was their
Princess.
names, yeah.
But I was not told his saviour was so comely. Your mother must have been very beautiful.
Great niece.
She must know, right? Why is she being weird like that? Because actually, now I'm looking at them, there is a
Your work
resemblance.
finished? No, my lord.
The casting directors did really well with that. Maybe they don't know that Corlys is their dad, but these two seem to know.
You did not think to mention it.
I did not think it relevant.
Sure, it's not relevant at all.
I know who he is, Corlys.
She knows.
Alan's past is no fault of his.
That's nice of her to say.
He saved his lord's life. He should be raised up and honoured, not hidden beneath the tides.
Is this why you came? To subject me to an inquisition?
Aww.
I came to tell you that Baylor has called me to Dragonstone.
She's a good actor, I
Baylor.
swear. Look at the eyes.
That councillor's going to dine on her and Jace for supper. They grow restless in Rhaenyra's absence.
Still. Where has that woman gone?
King's
I suspect
Landing.
to try and draw us all back from the abyss.
That looks like it was 3D printed. God. What's this?
As requested.
What's in there?
I brewed it myself.
Thank you.
Is this her contraception?
I will see it delivered discreetly.
Oh. Oh, pretend
You
it needs to be
report if
delivered.
The tea is known to disagree with the gut.
I shall observe the girl closely.
Diarrhea. I shall observe the girl closely, yeah.
Tell me,
Am I doing the right thing?
do you believe Viserys wanted Aegon to succeed him?
I could not know. His Grace never raised the matter with me.
But even if she were to realise, oh, I made a mistake, I need to do something about it, what exactly could she do? She's pretty powerless in this whole situation. It was Otto who really pushed things forward, and now Aegon's on the throne, Sir Criston, all these guys, they're not going to let her do anything. The men have taken over. What if she is pregnant? Wouldn't that be crazy? She'd have to get married to someone. I don't know who.
You should have burned them when you had the chance.
Perhaps you can, Sir
Maybe.
Alfred, when you next sight them on your dragon.
The only reason
Lol.
we know any of this is because of Baylor's efforts.
What do we know, my prince?
His hair reminds me of Jon Snow. How long does it take Rhaenyra to get back?
This council is rudderless.
Yeah, it's not
I'm
going
doing my
great.
best to steer it, Sir Alfred.
Why should your voice be any louder than ours, princess? The queen did not name you hand. It is her voice and that of the king consort that we need to raise alliances and command our vassals. But they are gone.
What has come of this council?
Sit down. Don't beef with Corlys, man.
She seeks the same as each of us at this table, an end to this conflict.
Is that blood? An end to this conflict. Cut to that.
You can earn back your honor by raising his banner and fighting in his name against the whore of Dragonstone.
The whore of Dragonstone.
All who refuse
He'll take any opportunity to slut shame her. It's
will
crazy.
have their death.
Is there no honor left in this world, Cole?
Nah, seems not.
Kingmaker.
Slay. You're gonna die now.
You're not fit for the White Cloak.
Oh, we all know that. For sure. Are we watching the beheading? Okay. It's not my favourite thing, but whatever. At least it cut away from it. It was a bit further away. They're literally playing ominous music. These are not the good guys.
We'll lead the van northeast.
But Harrenhal is to the west.
Is he not going to Harrenhal?
Indeed it is.
Fuck you.
I told you we should have sent our dragons, and now look
Fuck
what's
you.
happened. Damon, of all people, has taken Harrenhal.
Oh, so they know.
I give you... It's your fucking castle!
That castle is more crippled than I am, Your Grace.
Lol.
It's like to drive Damon to madness as he attempts to make use of it, which is beyond his faculties.
He is being driven to madness, that's true.
I need to be informed of these things. If I am to make informed rulings, I will not be made to look a fool in front of my allies and enemies.
Harrenhal must wait. Sir Kristen is marching on Rook's Rest.
Rook's... A pathetic prize. I gave no
The
such
castle
command.
is small, weakly defended, and Lord Staunton sits on Rhaenyra's council. After Cole smashes it...
Is he going to come down?
Stone effectively cut off by land.
Oh. Big
No.
brain.
Have him turn about. I want Harrenhal back.
He's not going to Harrenhal.
Cole is already preparing his attack.
How do you know this?
He sent word to me.
Did he?
This
This is what you get for mocking him, I guess. The slow head turn.
Bevilus Segiton Bilivazni.
So his High Valyrian isn't very good. He knows how weak he is. He looks so uncomfortable. Are these the poor people again? Or is that Rhaenyra? No, Alicent, I mean. What's she doing? Oh, is she getting cramps? Is that how they dealt with her back then? That's crazy. Oh, they said that tea doesn't work well with your stomach. So that's probably it. He knows everything. This is bad.
That is a rich indulgence.
Stop. None of your business.
He's covered himself in glory, to be sure.
You must worry for him. Your sworn sword.
Your lover.
On the march.
And your brother. Let's not forget him. What does he want? Other than, like, feet pics.
Only weeks ago, my lord husband was alive, and the realm was at peace.
Weeks, bloody hell.
Now I've barely had the hours to grieve one tragedy before suffering the next. I regret
The baby.
if I have not been myself.
I feel like that's a good enough reason.
I did not know you shared your lord husband's love for the histories.
If not his love, then certainly an abiding interest.
Succession.
It's impossible to know what steered his thoughts in those final hours.
Do you now doubt his intention?
Rhaenyra's supporters will believe what they wish, and so will Aegon's. The war will be fought. Many will die. And the victor will eventually ascend the throne. The significance of Viserys' intentions died with him.
That's true, unfortunately. It means nothing. Is that Aegon? I mean, Aemon. Or is this just another hallucination? I literally can't tell. I have a feeling like Paddy Considine's gonna make a little cameo in this. If he's like having all these ghosts come up and like freak him out. I'd like it if that was the case. The fuck? He sees himself as Aemon? What does this mean?
Much late to be stalking about a strange castle putting its people to the sword.
She's Scottish.
You.
I'm called Alice.
Yeah, Alice Rivers.
Strong?
Rivers.
Bastard!
Bastard.
Once you get to know me, you'll find I'm not so bad.
This
How are you
actor,
settling in?
she's in Cabaret, the
come
one
to know the
on
face
Broadway.
of-
She's playing Sally Bowles.
Harrenhal's been cursed since its first stone was laid.
Oh yeah, is this why he's on the
Black
mad
Hand
one?
felled the grove of weirwood trees that grew on these lands. The very bed you sleep in was made from such a heart tree.
Ah, interesting.
You experienced anything of note?
You could say so.
You are a strange kind of woman.
I'm no woman at all. I'm a barn owl,
Yeah, sure.
cursed to live in human form.
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf.
So you've come here after quarrelling with your wife.
What?
Yes, he did.
You arrive here alone, claim the castle, and yet send no ravens.
Yeah, I know, right? What a fucking weirdo. Send
Do you
your
know
raven.
the plan?
Do not try me with your insolence, witch.
Do you know what? This is just increasing my Macbeth comparisons
And a
here.
woman
If she's
too,
the
like-
witch.
I mean, does it please you that her legitimacy is contested as you stand
Rhaenyra's
here
Lady Macbeth, I guess.
with a castle and a dragon,
Is he gonna...
attempting to draw an army of men?
Is he gonna try and break free from Rhaenyra? I doubt it. This is so weird.
I was given to understand that you wanted an army.
You Blackwood certainly never miss a chance to bloody your swords.
I once vied for Queen Rhaenyra's hand before she wed Seleno.
I don't remember.
I was like
Lots of
this.
people did. God, he's going insane. Oh, that's his old wife. What was her name? Like Lena or something.
Kingmaker, they're calling him.
He's restless. I think he wants to go out and fight himself.
You bore me.
Does he have ADHD?
What are you doing here?
Where are your father's books?
I ordered them removed.
With no thought to the centuries of knowledge in those pages.
She's trying to see if what Rhaenyra was saying is true about the whole Song of Ice and Fire, the prophecy, yada yada. That's why she's going through all these books.
What is it?
They don't care what I think.
What do you think? You didn't say what you thought. You were just like playing with the ball. Well, you want to go to Harrenhal, right? That was your thing?
What thoughts would you have?
I'm the king.
Is that your thought? I'm the king.
Do you think simply wearing the crown imbues you with wisdom? Those
This
men
poor guy, he's such a
at
mess.
your council table earned their seats.
You're a Nepo baby.
I hope that, once enthroned, you would honour the burden of your new duties, be silent, and strive to learn from the more studied minds around you, in the hope that you might be half the king your father was.
Tread carefully.
Or what?
Sassy.
You'll hang me, as you did your rat catchers. Or have me banished, as you did your hand. You should humbly be seeking our opinions in council.
It's very true.
You have no idea the sacrifices that were made to put you on that throne.
Is he going to listen? Come on, listen to your mother.
What would you have me do, Mother?
Oh, he's so... I can't help but just pity him.
Nothing.
He's so helpless. Is this where Kristen Cole's going? Yep, it is. What was it called?
To Rook's Rest!
Rook's Rest, there we go.
To battle!
To battle!
We shall move now and strike by day. They will not expect it.
They will not expect it because it is fucking madness. Dragonstone and their dragons are just across the bay. What, grown tired of living, have you?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to work out for Kristen here. Well, that's what, what's his name, Aemon said anyway. Is she back, finally?
Where?
Yes, it is, finally. Where the fuck were you? Did it take you that long to come back?
With their combined strength, sacked Duskendale.
Duskendale.
The
Yeah,
city
that's
has
your
fallen.
place.
Many Darkling men declared for Aegon. Those who refused were put to the sword.
What of my father?
Dead.
He kept his oath. Cole took his head for it.
Aww.
Where have
Sorry.
you been these last days?
King's
You
Landing.
vanished without so much as a word.
Yeah, these guys need to learn to communicate a bit better. You could have told
I
one
went to King's
person.
Landing to meet Queen Alicent and sue for peace.
You saw Alicent?
Yes, I did.
You could have been taken or slain.
I inherited 80 years of peace from my father. I needed to know that there was no other path.
And now she knows. So now she can go fight.
And now I do.
Cole's victories have only emboldened him. He marches on Rook's Rest.
His host was just hours away when Lord Staunton's ravens took
Why
wing.
Rook's Rest? After Duskendale, it's but a small coastal keep.
This bitch hiding in the shadows. Easy
Cole
win.
knows we have no army on the mainland.
He is brazen.
He is daring us to act.
We need to send a dragon.
Dragon time. Come on, man. Let's do some dragon stuff.
There are those who have mistaken my caution for weakness.
You mistook my kindness for weakness.
Let that be their undoing. I will go.
My queen.
You cannot.
I will not loose dragons
I think
for
she
war
can,
whilst
to
I
be
hide
fair.
here in my castle.
Our allies
She's alright.
raise their banners for you. If you die, all is lost.
You must send me, Your Grace.
Both of them. Both of you go together.
Melis is your largest dragon and no stranger to battle.
I trust the both of them.
I will meet Cole.
Rhaenys better not die. I like Rhaenys. Keep her, please. Oh, I'm worried now. Because I feel like stupid Sir Kristen is going to last longer than anybody wants him to. Maybe Alicent's brother will die? One major death, perhaps? Or maybe they all survive, I don't know. I don't know how Game of Thrones they're going to go with this. What are you going to achieve by dropping this? This is a child. What, she's going to go, isn't he? He's going to take his dragon and go. Well, I thought that Aemond was going to go. I don't know what's happening now. So we're going to the Rook's Rest or whatever it's called instead of Harrenhal.
I should have told you when you first became heir to the throne.
You're a bastard.
It's a secret that Viserys told me when he named me his successor.
Oh, the Song of Ice and Fire. She's telling him because she thinks she might potentially die.
Who sits the Iron Throne?
Aww, he's smiling.
He's not just a king or a queen. They are a protector.
We're off to battle again.
Ordained to lead
Come
the
on, old
Seven
girl, we
Kingdoms
can do
to
it.
strengthen them.
I kind of like both the characters though, Rhaenys and
to unite
Aegon.
them against a common foe.
Aegon's a weird one. Like, he can be really infuriating, but there's something about him that I like. I don't want his character to die
Viserys too.
yet. He probably won't die.
He held
He'll
to
be
this
alright.
the whole of his
He can die.
was meant to
he
be
can
his
choke.
protector.
Look at his
They're
smirk.
1,500 strong.
But to
Dragon
unite the
time.
realm, I had to send the dragons to war.
This is properly exciting.
What is it?
Winter is coming.
Aegon the Conqueror's dream. He called it the Song of Ice and Fire.
Let's go.
You may as well have sounded horns to announce our coming.
Order the Darkland levies to break off and move ahead. We must keep the dragon's attention divided. Make the signal.
What signal?
All is going to plan.
They want to kill a dragon? Who are they signaling to? Is it Aemond? I swear if it's Aemond. God damn. Oh. Is that Vhagar? Look how big he is. It's Aemond, isn't it? It is. Look at the camouflage. These two have been plotting. What, did he not expect her to be there? Wait, is that Aegon he saw? Calm down, rest. That's a beast. He's annoyed that Aegon showed up. They already have a plan, you're not needed. He desperately wants to be needed, I think that's all it is really. 2 against 1, she's definitely gonna lose. 2 dragons versus 1, she's out.
Whose dragon is that?
That's Aegon's.
His Grace the King's.
This was your secret plot, Carl.
Nope.
For the king himself to lay ambush and they have to die in the attempt. No.
Oh shit. They have to improvise. It's amazing that it's taken me this long to like clock, but this is the big difference between Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. In Game of Thrones, the only time we'd have a dragon is when it's Daenerys, and it was always like a one-sided fight because she was the one with dragons, no one else had them, apart from in the Ice Kingdom, but that's irrelevant. But here we've got like proper dragon beef. I know that's really obvious, but it's the first time I've properly clocked. Crazy. This is so cool. Is she okay? He's an idiot, isn't he? Is she gonna kill him? No chance. Vhagar's gonna get killed. No, not the dragon. Protect the dragon. He could die. No, but I don't want him to die. Hey! Ugh. Is that like his guts? Okay, Vhagar needs to show up now and save Aemond. Whoa. Yeah, this is crazy. Here's Vhagar. Here he is. He's a monster. Nobody knows what to do with that. That is just monstrous. That is absolutely horrendous. And you can feel the weight of it. Here was me thinking that Daemon was going to get into beef. Bloody Rhaenys. Shit. Can she see? Is she noticing this? Here we go, she notices. What do we do now? 2v1, you're fucked. Please don't die. I don't want her to go.
Flank the gods!
Yeah, you've had someone to rescue. Oh shit, no, that's the big word. Is he gonna kill his own brother? No fucking way. Did he? Is he killing his own brother?
Your Grace!
Wow. He specifically did that to Aegon, not to her, right? Oh no, you're gonna die, bitch. Don't do this. This is too much. Fuck. You're gonna die. Yeah, stay chained to your dragon. This is scary stuff, man. Did he want him to die? Or was he just trying to get him out of the way? Because I really don't... As much as it kind of makes sense that he would do that, because of the beef between the two of them and all that, and, you know, maybe he wants to be king instead, I never thought he would actually go through with it and actively try and kill his own brother. Oh, this is upsetting. They're both setting each other on fire. Oh, they both fall down. Oh, but she's okay. She's still up in the air. What is happening? Yeah, fuck you, Sir Kristen. Yeah, the one thing I need to know here is if Aemond actually tried to kill his brother or not. It looked like he did, but I don't know. Maybe. I feel like I'm still reserving doubt there. Aegon's alive, right? There's no chance he's dead. He's the king. She's okay. Rhaenys is okay. She survived. Amazingly. Thank God for that. Oh, you okay? Are there doctors for dragons? Or like vets, I guess, to look after them and help heal them after something like this? God damn, they thought this was going to be an easy win. I swear if Vhagar just appears out of nowhere, I wouldn't be surprised. Shit! That really scared me. She's fucked. This is the end. This is the end. This is the end. No, 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 please, please. Say goodbyes. Say your goodbyes. Oh my fucking god. No. This is so sad. Is anyone ever gonna beat this guy? He's literally... How can anyone beat him with this dragon? It's crazy. That's so sad. Oh, she was becoming one of my favourite characters. Possibly my favourite character. Is that the end? That's not the end. Okay, good. Oh, who cares about him? I want to know if Aegon's still alive. This is a crazy episode. It's probably my favourite of the show so far. And I'm not usually the kind of person that like is desperate for all the action stuff. But wow. There we go. They're taking over. But what's the point if your king is dead? Where the fuck is Aegon?
The king has fallen. We must find him.
There's no one there. I think he's finally really starting to realise war not necessarily great. These men are always so desperate to fight and to do all this shit until it actually happens and they see how horrible it is. There's nothing sexy or cool about this. It's just miserable. I mean, it's very hard to believe that Aegon survived that, but a part of me thinks that maybe he did. Or he's going to check, I guess. Is he going to check or is he going to finish off the job in case he isn't? In case he isn't dead yet. There's his blade. Please be alive.
Where is his grace?
Where is he? Please be alive. Is he okay? Shit. He must be dead. Oh, you fucking kidding me. No. Shit. Again, I was getting into Aegon, even though he was a fucking loser. So he straight up killed his brother. What the fuck? Okay, that's the end. Oh my god, I couldn't have predicted any of that. Jeez. Wow, what an episode. What an episode. That feels like a season finale right there. Bloody hell. Where are we gonna go from here? Oh wait, are they doing those like after the episode things? Let me see. I'm kind of curious, the behind the scenes stuff, if there's anything of interest there.
Rook's Rest, it's a tiny coastal keep right across the bay. Rhaenyra seizes upon that and plays right into Cole's hand.
And the idea that he could harm her is, you know, really alien.
And she penetrates him in a way that there's one rule to take away from House of the Dragon. Don't laugh at him and bad things happen to you.
Ultimately, she is expendable, where Rhaenyra is not.
What should be a small campaign, whatever you thought was important on the battlefield doesn't matter at all. It's basically just a collateral damage site. Because the real battle is going on over your heads.
The question it raises, did he seize an opportunity where he could take 2 players off the board?
Yeah, did he?
Or was Aegon just collateral?
All of his fears of Aemon's betrayal come true.
Cole is the one who's most slammed by it because it was his plan.
Cole has been in battle before. He's seen people die. He's seen people crushed beneath horses. And so distinct and specific nature of dragon war.
Yeah.
And how insignificant it made soldiers like him on the battlefield.
He's playing chess and messing with things he can barely get his head around.
Cole is responsible for it. The worst possible thing that could have happened.
Oh my god, this is crazy. What an episode.
We don't really know the condition of Sunfire or Aegon. You just have to regard it as a great emblem and example of how horrible and awful dragon war is and the reason that it needs to be waged with great restraint.
Interesting. Okay, wait. All right, it's my turn to talk now. He said there, the showrunner at the end, we don't know how Sunfire and Aegon are, which makes me think he is alive, because from when my viewing of the episode ending was that he was definitely dead. Otherwise the crescent wouldn't have collapsed like that, because, you know, that you'd assume that's the response when you realise that the guy that you were supposed to protect, that you've sworn to protect, is dead on your sort of because of you. So I was convinced that that was the way of confirming that he has died. But with what the showrunner says there, it makes me think, no, he can't be dead, because why is he being ambiguous about it? I thought it was quite clear-cut in the episode. I don't know. Now I'm confused. All right, so much going on. It's such a weird thing, because, like, there's so much real, like, tangible, horrible, like, fighting and action stuff going on, whereas the other half of the episode is just, like, Daemon dealing with his own demons, and it's all, like, internal. I understand that it's, like, important, because the stuff that he's battling with, I feel like it's foreshadowing for what's going to come in the future. It's sort of raised out as to his allegiances towards Rhaenyra, really, which obviously is a big deal, but it's so different, these two different things, with him having his own little, like, am I crazy, in this castle that's empty, and then we've got, like, an actual physical battle where the dragons are killing each other. It's just, it feels, yeah, the severity of the two situations don't feel on par. That being said, I do think the Daemon thing is really interesting. We don't usually get this kind of thing before, like, where someone's on a mad one, like, having hallucinations. I don't remember any, like, actual hallucination scenes back in Game of Thrones. I mean, obviously there were, like, prophecies and whatnot. I'm sure there were. I'm probably just not remembering them. But anyway, I think this is sort of hinting towards he may be betraying Rhaenyra in the future when he cuts her head off. Yeah, I mean... Or maybe, I don't know. They were saying here about how Alice Rivers is implanting a spirituality into him. Or is he doing it to himself? Like, is she really there? I think it really does play into the whole Macbeth witches thing, doesn't it? Like, were the witches really there? Did they really tell him that if he kills so-and-so, then he'll become king? Or did he just always want to do that? And also, even if the witches say that that's something you can do, it's sort of your free will that lead you to make that choice. He didn't have to decide to kill Duncan, but he did it. It was his own choice. It's an interesting query about, like, free will and, like, was this always going to happen? Was he destined to take this path? I mean, I think that's probably one of the most interesting parts of Macbeth. Anyway, the play. So for him to be going down a similar path is really interesting. I like to see that. Yeah, I really expected him to be at the forefront of this battle. So it's quite surprising. But I think it's probably more poignant that that is the case, that it took place in, like, a sort of unnecessary place to take hold, like a really easy win, what was supposed to be an easy win, the fact that it caused this level of destruction, not proportional at all to the victory that was going to be achieved from it. I hadn't really considered what they were saying there with the showrunner. I wasn't thinking on the same level as Sir Criston this time, that they did this on purpose to try and lure the dragon out. I didn't really consider that. I guess it's kind of a given. That was just me being stupid. But that makes sense. Especially, you know, they had Aemon there waiting. They were literally waiting for a dragon to show up so that they could fight it. Is it stupid that Rhaenyra reacted and did want a dragon to show up there? They're kind of saying that it is stupid, but also, what were they supposed to do otherwise? Just let those guys win that place? Yeah, sure, it's a small victory, but they would be surrounded and they wouldn't have any access into the mainland. It's not necessarily a sign of, like, stupidity on behalf of Team Black, the fact that they did bring a dragon in, like, into the play. Of course, it was what Sir Criston kind of expected and was hoping to happen, was baiting. But I guess it's just a good thing that, is it Jaceres or something like that? The boy. It's a good thing that he didn't go there, and it's a good thing that Rhaenyra didn't go there as well. How the hell are they ever going to win against Aemond and Vhagar? I literally don't know. Unless you have multiple dragons attacking at once. I don't see how they could ever beat him. I could sense the tension there between Aemond and Aegon after the last episode, especially with the public shaming in the brothel. And obviously in season 1 there was slight discussion about whether Aemon should want to be king himself rather than help his brother go to the throne. As much as I understand, I feel like I don't think that humiliation last episode warrants trying to kill your brother. And in my head, I'm pretty convinced that that was a targeted attack. When he said Dracarys, maybe it was just the way it was filmed, it looked very much as if he was targeting that Aegon. It didn't seem that he was... Obviously, the two dragons were right next to each other, so it is possible that he was just a generic Dracarys in that vicinity. But with, what's his name? Aegon being like, oh, thank goodness, you're here to help me. And then just as soon as he says that, he says Dracarys, and it did very much seem as if that was straight up, I'm going to kill my brother and I'm going to become king. It very much came across like that to me. I know that it's ambiguous, but that's where I lean on it. But I don't think that the brothel humiliation warrants that response. I understand, like, they were saying how you should never humiliate Aemond because he takes that to heart. Obviously, we had in the final episode of season 1, we had that situation where Luke, who cut out his eye or whatever, and how they used to mock him and bully him. But in that case, it wasn't on purpose. It was like he didn't actively want to kill him. He was just teasing him. And it just sort of ended up that way. Obviously, he's very much to blame for it. That's not to say that he isn't to blame for it, but he wasn't actively striving to kill Luke because he knew that was a stupid thing to do. In this case, I think he was actually trying to kill his brother. I mean, sure, he could say, you know, it was an accident. It happened in the line of fire. It wasn't intentional. It was, you know, it just happens when dragons are fighting. Is he going to suffer the consequences of that? This is me assuming that his brother's dead. If his brother isn't dead, which is sort of what I was getting there, the beef between the two of them is going to be mad. Because Aegon's going to be like, yeah, you literally tried to kill me. What the fuck? You tried to kill me. How are they going to resolve that? They're literally not. It's just, I just see conflict in the future. That's all I can see. I don't even want to touch on Rhaenys because that's just heartbreaking. I really liked her. She was great. Absolute shit show. Where's Otto when you need him? I swear Otto would have prevented this from happening. I say that. That's probably not true. So Criston, sort of what they were saying at the end there, there's a naivety to him because he's thinking about battle in terms of men on horses with swords and with, you know, a bow and arrow and things like that. He's playing normal chess, but you need to play like 4D chess when you consider the dragon situation, and I don't think he really... That's probably the first time he's been in that situation where the dragons are involved. And it's such a game changer. You just saw it there. It was crazy. And that's sort of what I was saying before the battle started, of how like I was just coming to terms with the fact that this isn't going to be a normal battle. This isn't going to be like the battles we saw back in Game of Thrones. Dragons fighting is just a whole nother thing. And we never really got to see much of that in Game of Thrones. I think maybe towards the end because the Ice King had a dragon, but it wasn't like on the same level, I don't think. Also, that was all bullshit, so whatever. But yeah, no, just as I was coming to terms with that, I think Sir Criston was also coming to terms with that. It's kind of, you know it, but you don't know it until you actually see it, and it's crazy. It's a revelation. Quite a horrific one as well. As excited as I was for it, I was also very uncomfortable. It was really, it's just upsetting because the animals, as much as they're beefing with each other, they're just animals. It's like, it's difficult to watch them like the actual dragons fight each other. They feel almost innocent in it. Can you blame the dragon? I don't know. They're just animals at the end of the day. I don't know. But that was really upsetting. Now I need to think to the future. Also, I have a feeling that Alicent's going to end up pregnant. I'm just putting it out there. I feel like something along those lines. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, anyway. So yeah, that's one prediction. Other prediction, looking long term, I do think Daemon is going to have some difficulties in terms of loyalty towards Rhaenyra. Whether this means that he straight up betrays her, I don't know. I feel like that may be going a bit too far. But he's definitely going to contend with and battle with that. But he also clearly feels very guilty. I think that's something we're going to see. I think Aegon is probably alive just from that little interview that they did with the showrunner right there. If I was just watching the show on its own, I think he was dead. But because of what he said, I'm going with Aegon is alive. And that would only mean that him and Aemond, it's going to be a mad one. God knows. The beef is going to be crazy. I don't even know how they're going to resolve that. That's just going to be an absolute shit show. Rhaenys is dead. Corlys is going to be fuming. He's going to get his boats up in arms. They're going to go on a mad one. Rhaenyra is going to realise, shit, this is not good. We're surrounded by the Greens. What do? They need to raise an army ASAP. Maybe the North. Maybe this is the time when the North comes in hand. Because they seem pretty fucked right now, the Blacks. The Team Black needs to learn how to communicate. Let's talk about that. Rhaenyra, she fucked off. I know that, like, it was a secret mission or whatever, but she could have, like, maybe whispered to Rhaenys that that's what she was doing, so that Rhaenys could, like, calm people down and, like, you know, not necessarily tell them where Rhaenyra had gone, but at least reassure them somewhat, because they're flailing about. They don't know what they're doing without her. I mean, even with her, they don't know what they're doing, but anyway, that's another thing. I don't know. That was a crazy episode. I really liked it. I hope that Aegon's not dead. I really do. I know that he's like, as they described him, a petulant teenager, but I do feel for him. His sensitivity, which is so clear as well, and just his insecurities and everything. It feels like a real character, and I do hope he stays longer. But yeah, I think, yeah, I'll leave it. This has been way too long. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.